So have you been planning to produce content consistently on social media? And maybe you already set this as a goal in early days of this year, but you still miss some days that you plan to publish your content. So in this episode, I'm gonna share with you 3 quick tips so that you'll never miss an upload again. And at the end of this video, you will have a clear strategy of how you can set those days so that you'll never miss an upload again. And you will consistently upload your content on time. Stay tuned because it's coming up. So welcome back, and I hope you're having a great day, and I love to see your smiling faces again, although I don't really see you, but feels like you're smiling right now. So in this episode, we're gonna talk about, or I'm gonna share with you 3 quick tips so that you'll never miss an upload again. And I know how it feels if you miss a day uploading a content, but as a solopreneur or as a one-man band, we have all this kind of stuff that is going on, and especially kids or family or projects or work, there are a lot of stuff that is going on, and we can't deny that we are trying to push hard. We're trying to push the limits so that we can keep up to our goal and maybe achieve those goals in our early target days. So in this episode, let's dive into the 3 quick tips so that you'll never miss an upload again. Step number 1 is you need to plan your content, or content planning. Now, what do I mean by this? Content planning is you need to brainstorm, you need to block off maybe an hour or 2, and then just sit down on your table or wherever you're comfortable, and then grab maybe your journal or then a pen, and then just try to brainstorm your ideas. What is the topic that you're gonna talk about on day 1? What is the topic that you're gonna talk about on day 2 or day 3 or day 4, and so on? But always remember that this content must be strategically constructed so that you are answering objections of the people who are watching your content, so that when they see your offer, maybe in the next 3 or 4 days, their objections has already been answered with your videos. So as what Gary Vee says, job, right hook. Or job, right hook. Okay? Job, right hook. That means content, offer. Value, offer. So those are the things that you need to remember. Put more content, okay? Bring more value to your audience, and then give an offer at maybe the next 3 videos or the next 4 videos, so that you already build a trust, you already build rapport with your audience, so that when you present your offer, it's not awkward to say like, oh, by the way, I have something to sell you, or by the way, I have a product that I really want to sell you because this really helps my channel. It will not become so awkward when you try to give the offer or when you try to reveal your offer. So think about the content, brainstorm what is the topic on day 1, day 2, day 3, and day 4, and so on. And that leads us to the next step, which is batch production. Now, batch production is simply like you will need to block off a day or 2 so that you can just focus on just shooting yourself, or just focus on shooting your videos and creating content. So just say, for example, you already laid out maybe 7 or 10 or 14 topics that you're gonna talk about, and these topics are strategically constructed by how you want it. Now you will plan those entire week, and then you need to block off a day so that you will create those content. So try to remember, you can have a day or 2, or maybe just a day. That really depends on how good you are and how fast you can create a content, and how you can really bring those ideas into place so that you can just keep going. But the cons of batch producing is that for the first video and second video, you will kind of suck on the first 2 videos because you are mumbling, you are just trying to brainstorm, or you're just trying to remember those ideas that you just write it down. But I promise you, once you get the ball rolling, once you get those 2 videos, and the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th videos, you will gain a momentum, and that's where you keep going and going, and you'll never even feel like you are just blushing content to your camera, even though you're not talking to anybody, but at least your camera is there to watch and record all all your thoughts, all your ideas, so that you can bring that ideas into life. So if you don't have time to produce content, to shoot content, create content on a daily basis, then batch producing or batch production is an ideal for you. But again, remember those pros and cons. Batch production, the pros is you can get ahead of time. You can record 7 videos and then schedule all the 7 videos in just, a day, so that your content for the next 7 days is done in just a day. But the cons is, for the first or second video, you will kind of suck at it. It's just like you're mumbling, you're like, what was that again? So you are just kind of like that. So if you try to produce content on a daily basis, the pros is that you will just get good at it. You will build the habit of constantly creating content, constantly creating videos, constantly, improving yourself on a daily basis. But the cons is, once there's something came up and you get busy and you don't have time to produce content or to create content, then you will miss a day for the next day when you produce your content, because you just have 1 day buffer. When you don't have time to create content today, then you will miss tomorrow's content. So those are just the pros and cons, but you can always batch produce for the first 7 days, and then after that you can create content daily, so that you will build the habit, and at least you are ahead 7 days. You're 7 days ahead of yourself. So that leads us to step number 3, which is scheduling. Now you need to identify what are the times that you are planning to produce, or what are the times that you are planning to publish this content that you created. Now let's say, for example, you want to produce content on a daily basis. So think about what time is your audience is most active on social media. What time is your audience are most engaged on social media? So once you started posting this content, or once you started publishing this content on social media, whether on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram, you will see the trends for the first month of how your content is working. Is your content really working for you, or does your content really suck? Okay, you don't see any views, you don't see any likes, you don't see any comments. But if you are just trying to think this as a long-term game, then you don't really worry about those likes, those views, those comments, because you are trying to improve yourself, you're trying to grow yourself. So think about it, okay? At least when you produce content for the next month, and then you are so consistent, you will see the trends. If you are gaining traction, if you are getting any followers. So think about those scheduled times that you are planning to publish your content. It could be daily, and you produce content 7 a.m. on a daily basis, or 12 p.m. on a daily basis, or it could be 4 p.m. or it could be 11 p.m. where people are already lying on their bed, scrolling down their phone and see your content. So those are the 3 tips. So to recap, step number 1 is you need to plan your content. What are the ideas? What are the topics that you're gonna talk about for the next 7 days? Brainstorm. Once you have the title, then at least maybe you can put 2 to 3 bullets, so that you will have bullet points and just talk about it. Don't write a script, because you'll never gonna say word per word, and you're gonna get awkward on camera. You will sound like a robot. So just try to think about the topic and then 3 bullet points. Those are just the bullet points that you're gonna talk about on your video. Step number 2 is you need to batch produce if you don't have time to produce content on a daily basis. But if you do have time to produce content daily, then it's also a good thing, because you will starting to build a habit to produce content on a daily basis. And that leads us to step number 3, which is scheduling. Trying to planning your content on, maybe it could be a daily basis, or it could be every other day, or it could be 3 times a week, or whatever schedule you are trying to do. Because not everyone can produce content every single day. Could be like once per week, that's fine, or 1 video content per month, that's fine, as long as you're consistent, as long as you are posting on the same day, on the same date, on the same time. and that's consistency means. So I hope you learned something in this episode, and if you do, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and hit the thumbs up if you like this video. And I'm pretty sure thumbs down is also working, so don't be afraid to hit the thumbs down button so that I will know what kind of content you're looking for, or this content I'm creating, does this really help you in any ways? So let me know in the comment box down below. So I think that's all for now, and I hope you learned something in this episode, and if you do, I hope I will see you tomorrow. Days pass by, my little baby is already 5 months. Time flies. Anyways, ciao for now.